welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Gus Sorola.
I'm Ryan Haywood.
And every year, people get all super duper excited about E3, and I mean, how could we not really? It's the place where all the biggest announcements happen, and every developer and publisher is looking to make huge waves with their new games, and it's all awesome. Normally, there's a happy ending. Unfortunately, some of those attempts to make big announcements end up leading to very disappointing results, thanks to the age-old tradition of broken E3 promises.
Never forget. Developers have a history of promising the moon and not quite getting there, and sometimes it's because the games themselves don't quite work out, and sometimes it's because the entire trailer is nothing but lies, smoke, and mirrors.
Lies.
So, as we head into this year's show, we thought we'd talk about E3's history of broken promises, and hopefully we don't see any repeats of this type of content next month, but...
You will.
But let's consider this a cautionary tale, because one of the big ones, we couldn't not mention it because it's probably the biggest recent broken promise, is, of course, No Man's Sky.
Yes.
And really, it was just really one more in a series of broken promises rather than a single broken promise, but E3 counts. I mean, their first time on the E3 stage was at the Sony conference in 2014. It was the first indie game to be given center stage demonstrations by Sony, and they had that famous trailer that had the really cool dinosaurs and the beautiful planets with all this wildlife and these huge space battles, and then
it was every game in one.
Right, and then we ended up getting a game that, let's be clear, not the worst game in the world, but it's not the game that a lot of people felt that they were sold. And so it's been accused of false advertising. The launch was a disaster. The game's got a mostly negative rating on Steam. It's one of the few games there was just like a refund, like a run on refunds. I mean, Steam even changed its screenshots and its trailer policy as a result of complaints about this game.
I think it's kind of a result of just people like overbuilding its confidence. So it'd be a lesson for you. Don't get too confident. Everyone's like, it's gonna be great. You're amazing. You're doing a wonderful job. I love everything you see. It's like, maybe I am great. Maybe I am doing a wonderful job.
You gotta neg them a little.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I've seen better.
The one of those big kind of, it turned out to be a very noticeable fuck you. Can we say fuck you?
We're on the internet.
Okay. Was that the whole thing had built up this idea of an indelible mark you would leave on this. You would find a planet, you would scan a planet, you would name it. Forever, that was yours, or until like 2 weeks when they just had to sweep all that stuff out.
Right, and then you would like, if you found someone else, another explorer roaming the universe, this is a huge deal, except that can't happen.
No, that happened on day one, and they didn't actually see anything. Right. Just say it!
Yeah, so...
If it's not gonna work, just say it.
That's a big one, but a lot of these, a lot of these sort of broken promises for E3, they fall in a couple of different categories. First big category, dishonest graphics, because that's a big one. That's a tradition at this point almost.
Yeah, beyond gameplay features or big open universes that are never fully realized. Oh my God. One of the most notorious parts of E3 presentations have to do with dishonest graphics and bullshit trailers. Trailers for games that, when ultimately released, don't shine with nearly the same sheen as the first time they were shown off.
Yeah, Ubisoft's Watch Dogs is pretty much a good example of that.
Yeah.
Then you could argue the Division 2. Sorry to double hit on Ubisoft there, but they first unveiled it at Watch Dogs. Was first unveiled at E3 2012 with gorgeous graphics for next-gen consoles.
Looked insane.
It looked slick. Dude, they love putting like water
polished.
sheen on things. And it's like, look at the sheen.
Well, because then it's got like, it reflects things, and it looks so like
it
looks
slick and awesome.
It's got shaders and stuff.
Yeah. The game's trailer visuals couldn't really be replicated on Ultra PC settings, however.
Also, didn't Ubisoft like turn off?
They did. You could actually
they
turn...
disabled a bunch of PC settings.
You can
from
basically
E3 build.
hack the game to turn a lot of that back on. So it's there. I think they just couldn't get it running at an optimized level. And so rather than putting a game out there that couldn't be properly optimized, they just shut it off. Probably not the best way to handle that. Let them have the options, and if they turn it on and it doesn't run, they at least go,
My computer's not good enough.
It'll get there. Your computer will get better. They eventually changed their E3 policy in 2015 to make sure games could run on target machines.
Whatever.
Stay on target.
Means. There was also, never forget, Aliens Colonial Marines.
No, everyone already forgot it. I'm sorry.
Oh man, so this was a whole different level of trailer bullshit. It was totally different texture resolutions, different lighting effects, different animations, different gameplay, and they continued to show these target renders all the way up until launch. Actually, it got to the point eventually where Sega eventually put disclaimers on the game's trailers after trouble with the ASA for false advertising. That one was there's a lot of people who still haven't forgiven Gearbox for this. Anytime you hear whispers of Borderlands 3 or the cool stuff that Gearbox might be working on, everyone says, aliens, colonial marines. Never forget.
There's also Killzone 2's infamous pre-rendered trailer. This is one that I'd actually forgotten about. It showed off ridiculous graphics that people couldn't believe were for PS3, and you know what? They weren't. It was just all a target render based on what they thought next generation technology would be. At the time, SCEA Jack Tretton called the trailer real gameplay.
Whoops.
Guerrilla eventually owned up to their mistake on this, and at least they delivered a game that looked kind of the same.
That's good.
Yeah,
I mean, not ideal, but at least they got there, sorta.
Yeah, but then that sort of bucket of broken promises is closely tied to another one, which is smoke and mirrors. It's not specifically like crazy overpromised graphics, but smoke and mirrors in general.
Yeah, and a similar category, but not quite the same, would be the E3 trailers, where it wasn't just the game's visuals that disappeared over the course of development, it was a lot of the core mechanics. Whether it was because the game decreased in scope, or in some cases they scrapped the entire engine. We've seen a handful of these issues as well.
Like the totally fake Halo 2 demo.
Classic.
That one, if you recall, it showed a Master Chief's fight on Earth against the Covenant, but not at all in the way it ended up appearing in the final game. After E3, Bungie decided to scrap the whole engine and start from scratch because it would never have worked on Xbox. And then, unfortunately, it was a sign of crazy development that followed on Halo 2. Tons of cut content, lost time. They ended up having to basically, just, go back through the levels backwards. It's all reversed. Because that way we can get so much more out of it.
Smoke and mirrors. Of course, there's also Bioshock Infinite's ambitious E3 trailers. E3 2011 trailers showed lots of gameplay features, like Elizabeth teleporting in all kinds of objects, not just turrets, and a huge interconnected skyhook system that spanned multiple islands. A team of 20 spent months crafting the demo while the game was in chaos. Members of the team eventually said the E3 demo was a way to prove to themselves what could be possible. Again,
some of that was in there. Come on, but she could teleport things other than turrets. She could give you boxes of guns, platforms, skyhooks. Not winning here, huh?
No, mostly it was just like, hey, how's your bike going? I found $1.
She also throws you helpful things.
Dollars.
Sometimes dollars, sometimes guns.
So she just left them on my nightstand.
Yeah.
It was awkward. Finally, though, I think this is the saddest of broken promises, is the games that don't even give us a chance to be let down, because they ultimately never see the light of day. We see this really promising, exciting thing, we get all jazzed for it, and then nothing. Like Rockstar's Agent. That was announced E3 2009, the same year as The Last Guardian. It was going to be a PlayStation exclusive, maybe like open worlds during the Cold War. Rockstar did file, they refiled for the trademark last year, so a lot of people are hoping that it's still quietly alive somewhere in some basement, but that would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I bet we'll never see? Star Wars 1313. It was revealed at E3 2012. It's kind of an Uncharted-like Star Wars game set in the underbelly of Coruscant. It was shut down when Disney acquired LucasArts. Whoops. Both Kathleen Kennedy and EA have said that they may take some of the assets and things from 1313 and maybe some of the ideas in movies and things, but other than that, it's gone.
I mean, all the concept art for it, too, that has come out since the cancellation of that, it just makes it worse. Every time I see something that looked like it was going to be really, really awesome. The gameplay, though, I saw and was like, okay. I mean, at this point, that gameplay, seeing it feels dated, so it's not maybe the most representative, but the concept art, the visuals, the fact that we were going to do some Boba Fett shit, that's going to be awesome.
Well, maybe that art is inspiring someone working on a current Star Wars game, so it'll come back around eventually.
Star Wars
Hopefully.
Rogue 2.
Yes. Star Wars Rogue None. And of course, there's Microsoft projects like Phantom Dust and Scalebound. Phantom Dust was first shown off at E3 2014. It was a reboot of a 2004 game. Turned out the trailer was made by a different studio than the development team.
That falls under smoke and mirrors pretty heavily.
The project was canceled, later turned into just re-release.
Not remastered.
No.
Just
Re-release.
It does not at all.
Although,
I looked at it.
At least they released it for free.
It is free
So that's,
on Xbox
that's
One.
nice.
If you want to play an original Xbox game in the year 2017.
It does not look good.
And of course, Scalebound got lots of flack after its E3 presentation last year, and the game was later canceled. I thought Scalebound looked cool.
I was excited for it, but it does sound to me like Platinum wanted to make a specific game and Microsoft wanted a completely different game, and that they were at loggerheads for a lot of it. So I'm sad that we're not getting Scalebound, but honestly, it might be for the best. Because if the developer and publisher are fighting over what it's going to be, chances are when that game came out, it would not have been.
It's not a game either wants.
It's just a train wreck.
Exactly. It would be a mishmash of expectations. Also, never forget Starcraft.
I knew that was going to come up.
Ghost,
It has to come. Like
Starcraft.
I played it.
Right, it was there, it was playable. This is like the white whale of video game cancellations. Starcraft Ghost. Man,
It existed.
I played it at the first BlizzCon on original Xboxes.
man I remember seeing E3 and they had the big signs. It was gonna be, like, it looked...
They had the statues of Nova, right?
Yeah, and it was all headed in a really cool direction. I have no idea what it is that went so wrong on it that they just completely canceled it. But... RIPs.
Yeah.
So that does it for our big, but obviously not totally exhaustive list of some of E3's most memorable and gut-wrenching broken promises, especially in recent memory. Honestly, E3 goes like all the way back to like mid-90s. They've had plenty of opportunities to disappoint, but hopefully this should serve as a reminder that not everything we're going to see at E3 should be taken at face value, not that it stops us from getting hyped about everything all over again.
At one point, we should talk about our favorite, most awkward E3 moments.
Oh God.
Ridge Racer.
Oh.
Or the totally historical giant crabs.
Yeah.
For massive damage.
Oh.
You do remember that?
It was the same conference.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think of these E3 broken promises? Which ones hurt you the most? Let us know in the comments.
And for future E3 updates, we'll be streaming all throughout the show. Remember to like this video, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the know.
Yeah, we're going to be sharing more details about E3 within the next day or two from when you guys see this video, but just plan on tuning in. We're going to be doing like 5 days of streaming and coverage, and we're all going to be there in LA, and we've got dozens and dozens of people coming by. If you watched last year, it'll be like that, except bigger and better, because that's the promise of E3. It's always bigger and better.
And in the meantime, leading up to E3, you'll be able to check out Glitch Please,
Yay!
our video game podcast, which is coming back here starting June 3rd on YouTube and June 2nd for first members at roosterteeth.com.
Yeah, so if you don't know what first members are because you've been watching The Know on YouTube forever, first is a way for Rooster Teeth fans to support us and also get access to content early. So that's things like Glitch Please, our new video game podcast, as well as pretty much every other show we do. We've got exclusive series on there. It's a good time. It's a good time. So you should check that out, and you can sign up. It's free for the first month, so you can get an idea if you dig it. Mm-hmm. But you should, just for Glitch Please, because Glitch Please.
Wink.
Hey, welcome to Glitch Please, the new video game podcast that we're putting out. It's premiering on YouTube June 3rd, or if you're a Rooster Teeth first member, and you can get a free trial, a 1-month trial for that if you want to try it out, you can get this podcast as early as June 2nd on our website.
That's a day earlier.
Whole day.
And that's really soon.